Well, hello again. Today I've arranged a selection of flowers of West Australian wildflowers from all over the state. I've got over 200 bunches of flowers here to show you, but of course I can't show them all in time, so I've got a collection, a small collection here to show you the diverse amount of flowers that you can have in your garden and can cultivate them. So to start with, we'll start with the red and green kangaroo paw, our floral emblem. It is very easy to cultivate in the garden, so there's no reason why everybody couldn't have some in the garden, and it's very easy to plant and grow in the garden. In this selection I've used the red and green kangaroo paw and 3 or 4 others to show you. The aim is to show you a combination of colours that you get a terrific display and clash of colours. So from the red and green kangaroo paw to the smokebush, I'll just cut a bit to show you that one up in a little bit more detail. The smokebush, or this particular one, is the tree smokebush, Callistemon and it's again a very easy one to grow once you get it in the garden. Probably not as procurable, isn't readily available as most of the flowers, but if you keep asking for them, I'm sure they would be available soon. And if you jotted the names down of all of these, you'll find it a lot easier to remember them later on. And when you did try to obtain plants, you'll have a selection of flowers right throughout spring. With the smokebush, if you did cut it off and hang it upside down, you'll find this one dries exceptionally well. It's one of our best wildflowers that does dry. Now you'd need to hang that upside down for about 2 weeks, depending on the weather. If it's hot, well, a day or two. If it's quite overcast, well, or rainy, you'd need about 2 weeks. And once you've hung that upside down in the garage or on the veranda for a couple of weeks, it'll go completely bone dry, and all the sap will have gone out of the flowers, and you can turn it upside down again. And a little bit like everlastings, you can keep them, add those to your dried collection inside, and they'll give a little bit of colour inside as well as outside in the lounge. So that's, with the smokebush, if you are planting it in the garden, it would need a very hot position. A lot of them, a little bit like a banksia, it doesn't or won't grow in a shaded spot, that one. Now in front of the smokebush, I thought I'd talk briefly about the black kangaroo paw. It is available nowadays and can be grown, and is, just like the red and green, is a very good one also. And the thing I thought I'd just talk a little bit about that one is picking of them. If you're picking the black kangaroo paw, I'd suggest you pick them and prolong to pick them. If you can see there on the close-up, the nodes, or flowering stalks they're called, in between each one of those you will get another bunch. So if you picked above those, you will get more flowers coming on all the time. So just to demonstrate that, you can see here, I've cut that one there about 10 days ago. There, I've cut it there. And you can see the new flower coming there. That's only about 10 days old, that flower. And on this side, I've cut that one about 6 weeks ago. And you can see another batch coming there. So that just shows, with picking, it's a good idea to pick them. You can have the flowers continually in the garden and have some inside as well. So it's a bonus to have some in and outside the garden in the black kangaroo paw. And and that also will dry. The black kangaroo paw will also dry. Again, hang it upside down. The advantage of hanging them upside down is not just to dry them out, but when they've dried out and you pull them upright, they stay in their erect position, like they look like they're still in flower. And the black kangaroo paw and the smokebush look terrific together in a dried vase. You can see there. They truly look like West Australian wildflowers. So from those ones there, the other one that is renowned as the West Australian wildflower is the blue Lechenaultia. Now that one, to complete that particular bunch there, I'd suggest planting that, a lot of those. If you are planting the blue Lechenaultia, plant a lot of them right around the perimeter of all of these, and you'll get a terrific display of flowers in winter, late winter, spring from those. The only problem with the blue Lechenaultia is it doesn't vase pick very much, so it's, I would suggest leaving that one in the garden. It's not a really good one. And the other one to make the wildflowers of West Australia, or West Australia renowned as the wildflower state, are the everlastings. And of course it's too late to sow those now. They have been dried, so you'd have to sow those in first rains in beginning of winter. So on to another terrific group. What I was trying to get you to show you here was a little combination of varieties, like the Buttercup. That's a very popular one right throughout West Australia. It's only a low shrub, ideal for that hot position coming up down the drive. Bacon and eggs is a popular one too. Chorizema, small shrub to up to ½ a metre, nice little one. Eremophila, this is a fairly new one on the market, Eremophila margarith, or the desert or poverty bushes. Up to now haven't been really popular, but now, now that they are available, they are a terrific one. And this one also you can vase pick, so that's a terrific one for vase picking. And you can, that will vase pick and stay in a vase for about 2 to 3 weeks, a terrifically long time, nearly as long as gelatin wax. That's the Eremophila margarith. And another one grows to about 1 metre to 1.5 metres, and equally about the same across. A beautiful dove grey foliage. And another one to plant, I'd suggest planting in front of it, is the Hoveas. If you planted 2 or 3 Hovea, the common or popular blue Hovea, Hovea pungens, planted 2 or 3 of those in front of them to make that a really nice tidy little clump in the front of your house, outside the lounge window. Now that group would be best to put in the northern position, not in the southern position. So they would get a hot afternoon position, as hot as you like. Just once established, they would be drought tolerant, so that wouldn't make any difference there. On to something from a hot position to a colder position, say on the south of the house. If your entrance to your lounge is on the south side of your house, is the Boronia, our ever popular sweet-scented Boronia. Now everybody knows the brown one, the common sweet-scented brown Boronia, but it also comes in 3 colours, all the same variety. That is they're all Boronia megastigma. That's the brown one, and it has been selected out into a burgundy colour there, and also a yellow colour. They're all Boronia megastigma, the sweet-scented one, and again they're excellent vase ones. So I would suggest you pick at least that length, or a little bit longer, say 18-inch lengths, when they start coming out, and it rejuvenates the bush. So don't be afraid to pick them. It does them a lot of good. And another little handy hint on the Boronia is that when you're planting it, plant them up a little bit deeper. Plant them about 6 inches deeper in the ground, especially in our Perth sands. If you plant them up to there, they're a little bit deeper and they won't dry out as much. Just a little handy hint there. So from the Boronias onto the gelatin wax. The gelatin wax were very popular many years ago, and they've been revived now, and they're very popular because, not that they're the new colours, there's a few new colours been brought out, but they'll just start from the beginning from the white one, the ever popular white one there with a green centre. They're all Chamelaucium uncinnatum, the gelatin wax. There's only 1 species of them, but there's 5 colours here that I thought I'd show you in detail. So from the white one to the biggest pink, this biggest one is a very big flower, is Chamelaucium uncinnatum Dowell selection. That's been around for many years, but it's a terrific flower. It's the deepest of the pinks. And then on to one, over the years they've been called red, but they're not really red. They're almost purple. And as they fade and deepen in colour, they become almost a plum purple. And this one would probably be the darkest of them, the purple Pride. And it's a deep pink now, but as next month, or say at the end of September, October, it goes a plum purple, very dark and very vivid, very spectacular. And people will be seeing these used. There's thousands of them used around the freeways now around Perth, so it'll become much more noticeable. And another one that's, you can show you a close-up on that one, it's a very unusual one, is almost a two-tone. You can see there it's got a a pink rim around the outside. That's Munns selection. And probably the beauty of that one is that it's the latest one. As these are all finishing now, Munns is just coming out now. So if you had a selection of one of each of those in your garden, one would be sufficient with gelatin wax. You wouldn't need more than one. And definitely continually to prune them. All the wax, you need to trim them and keep cutting them all the time. You'd need to prune gelatin wax. One, excellent vase picking plants, and two, you must trim them to keep them down, and it also continues to give them all that new growth. And the more new growth you get, the more flowers you'll have next year, every year. So don't be afraid to prune the wax. You can prune them right through summer, any time, right up till about February. But I wouldn't prune them any more after than February. That's for the gelatin wax. On to another good combination of flowers. And, a lot of people are asking for smaller, tidy varieties. And to start with the feather flowers, Verticordia chrysantha is probably one of the neatest of them, a little yellow one there, 18 inches by 18 inches. That's a good one. Then on to Verticordia mitchelliana, the red Morrison. That one's a bit taller. I'd suggest you grow that one behind that one. And in front of it, the salt and pepper there, Eriostemon and spicatus. That's a terrific little combination of flowers there. I'd suggest plant 3 of each of those, and they'll give you a terrific spring flowering collection there. You planted all those in one group. And to end the nice selection of flowers there, I thought I'd show you 2 of the bottle brushes coming in a typical Callistemon bottle brush type into a Kunzea type, and they're different varieties of bottle brushes. So there's an interesting range of spring flowers. Hope that gives you a good selection. So until next time.